We love our pets. They're like part of the family. When they are going through a difficult time, we want to help them. But there are times when our pets leave us in complete disbelief. That's what happened in today's story. When this dog gave birth, the owner was left in complete shock. Natalia and Albert Macondavia adore their 2-year-old cane corso, named Kira. These dogs, which are also known as Italian Mastiffs, are massive creatures that are really sweet, even if they might look slightly intimidating. Kira is a sweet girl that gives her family loads of joy, just like most dogs do. The family decided it was time for Kira to meet a boyfriend, and they introduced her to another cane corso called Pharaoh. Pharaoh's owner, Andrei Razov, said that the two dogs met and it was love at first sight. It makes sense. Pharaoh is another good boy that is well behaved. He has even passed a dog training exam. It was a canine love story. The two met and fell in love, and the rest is history. Their owners allowed them to spend some time together and to get to know one another. Not long after this, Natalia realized that her girl was having a litter of pups. The family started preparing for the arrival of the puppies. Natalia and Albert's daughter couldn't wait to meet the babies, but nothing could prepare the family for the shock they would get after Kira gave birth. A few months after Kira and Pharaoh had their romantic encounter, Natalia came home from work. Right away, she noticed that there was something wrong. Kira was panting and pacing and showing signs of distress. She was restless and anxious, just like most first-time mothers tend to be. She was obviously in labor. The puppies were coming. It was exciting, but also scary. Things could go horribly wrong. But at the same time, the family was excited to have a few little bundles of fluff to love and care for. Who wouldn't be? Kira started having puppies early in the evening, but as more puppies were born, it became more and more shocking. She kept having puppies until the following day. The family would think that she must be done, but then she would start showing signs of giving birth to one more baby. Natalia stayed with her girl all night to give her the support she needed and deserved. A lot was going on, and with so many puppies, it was chaos all around. Natalia was there, but there was only so much she could do. Kira was a rock star mom and did it all on her own, giving birth, taking care of them, and cleaning them up. The family was just the moral support, but she was the real star. It had to have been super sweet to see. Then, another puppy was born, and suddenly, the mood changed. Up to that point, everything was happy and exciting, but now things turned dark and sad. All the other babies were wiggling and making little sounds, but this one wasn't moving. It didn't take its first breath and needed help. Natalia and the family did everything they could. They tried to help the little baby and get it to show signs of life. But sadly, they couldn't help. It was gone. It was an incredibly sad moment out of a night full of joy and excitement. Still, there was a lot to be grateful for, more than anyone could ever expect. When Kira was finally done and they all had time to breathe, they could slow down and count all the babies that Kira had delivered. The family was so shocked. Kira had given birth to 19 puppies. After they lost the one, there were still 18 little ones left. These were soon taken to a vet and checked out. It was found that they were completely healthy and ready to grow. It's pretty wild, with 19 puppies. After they lost the one, there were still 18 little ones left. Do you remember those scenes in 101 Dalmatians where it seems like there are puppies everywhere? This is just like that, but in real life. In videos that the family shared, it seemed like the room was covered in puppies. For many of us, it seemed like a dream come true. A house full of dogs. How fun. A cane corso is a massive dog, and you would expect an enormous dog to have lots of puppies. But if you were wondering, 19 puppies are not an average number for a litter. Not even close. In fact, the vet who cared for Kira and her pups said that she had been a vet for more than 30 years and had never seen anything like it. Normally, you can get an extreme case of a big dog having around 9 or 10 puppies. The bigger the dog, the more it can carry, but 10 is a lot. Cane Corso dogs typically only have 4 to 6 puppies in the litter. This is still a lot for most of us to look after, but poor Kira had way more babies than that. Another dog recently had the same amount of puppies, so it's not entirely unheard of, just very rare. Cleo is a Great Dane in the US from Arizona, in the city of Kingman. She also gave birth to 19 puppies. Her delivery was just a bit different. She had a cesarean section to ensure that both she and the babies were healthy. Kira gave birth naturally. That's why it took the entire night. But life after birth could be pretty hard when you have this many babies. Caring for 18 babies is a lot, and the babies could still be in danger if they don't get the care they need. They might be big babies, but they're still babies. Luckily, Kira doesn't have to care for them all alone. Natalia and Albert and their daughter were with her all the way. Caring for a child takes a village, and caring for 18 puppies takes at least a family. There was no way that one mommy dog could ever feed all those puppies and ensure they stayed healthy. She would never have enough milk. That's why they had to set up an entire feeding routine. They would take turns allowing mom to feed different puppies and then feeding the others with special puppy formula. They made a special feeding station for the pups to eat out of. Would it work? Would they all get enough to eat and make it? The family started naming the dogs. All names begin with M. Just a few of them include Mariska, Max, and Maverick. These cuties began growing, and they didn't stop. Soon, they could drink milk on their own. The videos the family shared of all the pups in a row will surely melt your heart. Healthy babies all in a row, feeding happily with their tiny tails pointing straight. How cute is that? But how did no one realize that she would give birth to a whole pack of puppies? Was she huge? Probably, but Cane Corsos are huge dogs. You wouldn't really be able to see the difference in how they carry their pregnancy and how many puppies they're going to have. While Kira and Cleo are known as mommies with the most puppies born simultaneously, the wildest dog birth would be that of Tia, another dog that holds this record and has held it for quite a while. Tia is a Neapolitan Mastiff from the United Kingdom. Gave birth in 2004 to a whopping 24 pups in the exact same litter. She had 9 females and 15 males, which is just mind-blowing. Whatever number of pups a dog has, most dogs are incredible moms by nature. Thanks to this trait, Kira's puppies grew strong and grew up to be massive dogs. How special it must have been to see many of them go on and live with their forever families. There's no word if the owners of Kira and Pharaoh ever planned on breeding the dogs again in the hopes of even more puppies. Still, one thing is sure, neither the family nor the world would forget the shocking and beautiful view of all the puppies together in one room. What would you do if your dog gave birth to such a huge litter of puppies? Would you keep them all or try to find them a forever home?